I actually had to go back and take a deep look at the card and actually had to go back and watch the entire pay-per-view Payback in 2015 because I honestly forgot about the show. I forgot that it happened. I forgot what happened. Forgot what the matches were. I honestly forgot everything about the Payback pay-per-view. And I was a little intrigued because I saw the card and I'm like, on paper it looked like a decent card. Then I went back to watch it. Yeah. Payback. Definitely, in my opinion, worse than Extreme Rules. If you watched my Extreme Rules review, you'll know that I have a couple of redeeming qualities in there that actually made the show somewhat memorable. But I look at this show, there are none. Other than maybe one or two things. Maybe not even two things. Maybe just one. Honestly. Payback was pretty much worth what the network is. It's $9.99, and it's a 3-hour waste of time. It's very simple. That's what it is to me. Look at the pre-show, for example. You talk about big colossal waste of time. Everyone involved in the pre-show was a colossal waste of time. You have R-Truth defeating Stardust. You have the Ascension defeating the Meta Powers. Colossal wastes of time. The one thing I don't understand is not even the fact that these guys are getting a pay-per-view pre-show match. It's the fact that you have an hour to do a pre-show, and these matches go a combined 9 minutes and 40 seconds. You have an hour. Give R-Truth and Stardust 10 minutes. Give the other teams 5 minutes. Maybe even 10 minutes for them. Do they mean much? No. But you know what? Give them some kind of reason to believe that WWE actually cares about them. Because honestly, I don't know anyone who cares about R-Truth. I certainly don't care about Stardust. I still had no idea at this time why he was still a thing. I know he had the Dusty stuff, and God rest Dusty's soul, but I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes needs to come back. He does. I'm sorry, but he does. Dusty Rhodes on his deathbed told Cody to finish what he started. When is this going to finish? And how? Has this even started? In my opinion? Has anything involving Stardust even started? Other than the one Goldust match that was terrible? God. The Ascension versus the Meta Powers. You can tell that the WWE didn't care about this match because their lead commentator, Michael Cole, couldn't even get the name of their team right. That's how bad this was. Not as bad as the show itself. Kicked off with Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler. Not a terrible match, but granted, we've already seen this match how many times before? And I'm not even talking about it Extreme Rules 2015. Weren't they feuding in 2012? And even parts of 2013? I could be wrong. 2012 and 2013 are fuzzy for me because that's when I stopped watching wrestling entirely. But yeah, haven't we seen this match 100 freaking times? And for whatever reason, you end the match with a blade job and Ziggler unable to compete and the story ends there? Yeah. This match sucked. This feud sucked. The blade job at the end was really unneeded. A poor beginning, to this show. You look at me, I'm already craving the end, and I just started the fucking review. Then you get to the 2 out of 3 falls match, New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Tag titles on the line. 2 out of 3 falls match. Why did this match go 12 minutes? This match should have went at least 20 minutes, and they should have tore the house down. and this should have been the match of the night, because you consider who you had in this match. Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and Kofi Kingston. 3 guys right there that can give you a decent matchup. Along with Big E that can give you a little bit of a surprise, like that diving spear through the rope. It's just a shame that it's a 2 out of 3 falls match and it only goes 12 minutes. It should have went longer. Granted, the match was not bad, but again, there was not really a big story to this, and there was not really much care from WWE about this, so why the hell should we care? And what makes this match even worse is the finish. You pulled a switcheroo. A freaking twin magic-esque finish with Xavier and Kofi, and Xavier is the one that pinned either Kid or Cesaro. I forgot who he pinned. But it was Xavier that got the win. You pull twin magic with 2 guys who look absolutely nothing like each other. What does that tell you about WWE? I think that tells me that they are racist. Oh, I could see Vince in the creative meeting saying like, "Oh, well, all black people look the same. So let's do a switcheroo or something stupid like that because that'll make for good television." Well, guess what? It made for a stupid ending to a stupid match. You had Bray Wyatt defeating Ryback. I was happy that Wyatt went over. They did what they could. It was not that good of a match, but I will let it go because I got to see Bray go over against somebody. So I'll go with that. I realized that in recent years in WWE, a lot of what happens with John Cena is, in my opinion, considered a colossal waste of time, especially considering the people that he faces and the consequences of his actions that results in that superstar potentially being buried. And this match against Rusev in this I Quit match for the US title was a waste of time. As soon as Extreme Rules finished and they announced that it was going to be the rematch was going to be an I Quit match, first thing that pops into my mind is like, wow, well, way to give Cena a guaranteed victory. And plus, let's be completely realistic here. These guys already had 3 matches. Why did they need a 4th one? Cena already won at WrestleMania, and Cena already won the rematch, thereby ending the story. So why was this match needed? All this did was build up the split between Rusev and Lana, and John Cena was just the figure standing to the side. And you could have went with a surprise here, because if you were going to do this split between them, why not have Rusev threaten Lana? And why not have Cena say I quit to save Lana? Something stupid like that would have actually worked instead of the crap that they got. And honestly, it's really weird that none of the participants in the match even said I quit. How does Lana saying I quit give Rusev the loss? Last I checked, you had to be in the match in order to get the decision. Way to pay attention to detail, WWE. Great job, guys. Then you had this tag match, Naomi and Tamina versus the Bellas. And then we get to Neville versus King Barrett. Neville goes over, which is fine, I guess. But I didn't care about this match. I certainly didn't care that it ended by countout. You know, it'd be fine if these guys had a story or some kind of a build, and if he won by countout, that's fine. At least he won. But it was pretty much a spot fest of his finishing move. It didn't benefit either guy, and this match, once again, colossal waste of time. At least now WWE actually thought to put it on the main card, so I will applaud them for that. Then we get to the main event. And there's one huge reason why I hate this main event. Why is it all about Kane? Kane, would have been fired from Director of Operations had Seth Rollins lost this match. The stipulation and the story going into it and the building up to it revolved around Kane. You did nothing to spotlight Reigns, Ambrose, or Randy Orton. You pretty much just spotlighted the champ Rollins and his feud with Kane. Just why? Not his feud with Kane, his alliance/feud with Kane. That's better. It just threw everything off for me. Why is this story about Kane? And ultimately, the consequences of this match only benefit or hurt Kane. No one else. And here would have been a nice idea to do some sort of a surprise. Maybe have Randy Orton win the title again. Set up another match between Orton versus Rollins. I would have actually liked that. Rollins winning was fine, but I honestly wanted the surprise in someone else. I think Randy Orton could have did it. I think Reigns could have did it. I would have to make a smaller argument for Ambrose. A couple of things that I really liked about this match. The match itself was not bad. It was pretty decent. The Shield reunion in the middle of the match was actually really cool. And I marked out when that happened. But again, I hate this match for that sole reason of it not being about the guys in the ring and it being about a guy that doesn't matter. Why does Kane still matter in 2015 at this time and in 2016 now today? That I'll never know. I will never know. So yeah, Extreme Rules 2015 had a couple of redeeming qualities to it. Payback had one, and that was the quality of the main event, and that was about it. That was literally, that was it. I had little interest going into the event, and my expectations were met leaving the event. And just because my expectations were met doesn't mean I like it and doesn't mean it's good. And Payback 2015 was not good.